here we've got the Pegas NovoTap, and you can see I've attached a PET bottle just loosely in here. I'm going to show you below here. I've got my corny kegs. At the moment I've got 3 here running through a Linda CWP chiller, and I've got my CO2 bottle deep at the back there and my gas management board. And on each of the gas lines and on the chiller outs, you can see I've got a T-piece, and all I've done is connected the gas line for the NovoTap and the beer line to those. That means that I can just plug into my system and leave it as is. So I'm just going to show you filling a bottle and how that all works. So the first thing to do is put the bottle in. You have to be quite picky with the bottles. They don't really work with your normal Coke bottles. The height of the neck here needs to be quite high, but with these bottles it works perfectly. So all you have to do is tighten up the lifting mechanism. And you can see there it doesn't actually move. All it does is move the makeshift base that I've got the tap on. Important thing to check is that the pressure relief valve is screwed all the way in, and then you push back on the tap to let in the CO2. So that's now primed with CO2, and you can just let that come off there. The gurgling is just from the excess beer line that I've just got running into a drip tray at the back. So again, same thing, pushing back, gas the bottle, and I'm just going to do that a few times. You can see just a little bits of foam that have got caught in the mechanism from the previous bottle coming through there. So one last time, pressurise, turning the pressure relief valve all the way back each time. Okay, so now that is ready to fill. If I move the tap forwards, you can see that nothing's actually happening at the moment. There's a little bit of beer coming in, but not really much to speak of. To let it in, you then slowly open the pressure valve, and it does have a little bit of a delayed response here, so you can just start to see the beer coming in now, running down the sides. You see there's very little foam actually coming up on top of that. You see it doesn't really take much time at all. If you've got a lower carbonated beer, then you can open the pressure relief valve even more. And just as it gets towards the top now, closing it off very slowly, just making sure it's properly filled. A little bit more, and there we go. Perfect. So close this all the way back, return the tap or the top to the middle position. So now there's no beer going to flow in, and there's no CO2 either. So what you have to do now is slowly release the pressure. So you just move that tap from the off, slowly let pressure come out. And you can see some of the bubbles maybe just coming, CO2 just coming out of solution. I'm just going to wait for that to equalise to the atmospheric pressure here. You can see that this line out here, that's where the gurgling was coming from, that's where the gas is going to. So it means in a more permanent installation you can have this all hidden away. Okay, so this is fully open now, and all you have to do is to release the handle here carefully. Very difficult to do one-handed. Holding a camera, but with practice I'm sure it won't be too hard. And there you go, a little bit of foam, and we've got these caps here. These are the Cooper's bottles, and then quickly just capping, capping on foam there. There we go. It's important to remember before you fill the next bottle to turn the pressure relief valve back to normal, back to the closed position. And so there we go, one very nicely filled bottle. You can just maybe see the bubbles coming out of solution there and pressurising the bottle. So this is going to go in the fridge until it's ready to be drunk.